Oh, hello! Perfect timing. I'm Nali, the architect. You've probably seen my work in the Ebonscale settlement. Say, do me a favor. Take a look at this bridge and tell me, how old do you think it is? Yes, exactly! These stones have been here as long as anyone can remember. If we can learn how the ancient architects reinforced these structures, imagine what we could accomplish! So, I have a theory. If my assessment is correct, this bridge is over 10,000 years old. I simply must get my hands on some samples to prove it. Could you help me with that?
It's quiet out there. Far too quiet. I fear the worst for my companions. They should have arisen by now. Have you perchance seen anyone in attire like mine along the road? I expected as much. Blast. My companions and I are shadow hunters. We formed a band called the White Skulls to hunt the corpse crone and her many abominations. We were chasing such a monster when my companions and I were slain. A brute known as the Denier. He's easily twice my height and thick as a bull. I would not dare face him again alone, but there is a bounty to collect if you are brave enough to bring back proof of his demise. Interested? He was once our brother. Alas, this terrible fate so often awaits the crone's many victims. Here, your bounty as promised. If you bested the denier, then perhaps you can be of further use. My comrades and I chose this as a meeting point in the event our hunt was unsuccessful. They still haven't returned. Unfortunately, I must assume the worst. Joan and Marcus had only recently joined our hunt. It's possible they lacked the fortitude to withstand such a harrowing death. Call me sentimental, but blood and toil have a way of bonding people. Search Periville for any sign of their resurrection or unfortunate demise. Return them to me if you can. And if the worst has happened, reclaim their White Skull bands for me.
The flowers referenced in the ancient tablets quickly proved a waste of time. Whatever reason the ancients cultivated, it was not to defend themselves and madness. Thus, the mushrooms seemed to offer some promise. I was able, finally, my efforts have yielded results. I have exposed several volunteers to corruption, and while the mixture may still require some fine-tuning, it's clear it works. Unfortunately, I noticed right away that the cure somehow deadened the volunteers' senses, and a short time later they seemed to lose their ability to communicate. Later, their eyes began to glow with a chilling haze, and eventually became completely non-responsive. The villagers have taken to calling them lost, and their condition seems to be tests can eliminate these disappointing side effects. But of course, I am now having great difficulty recruiting more volunteers. Even Brittmar is having doubts. Damn it all! The situation here in Periville is deteriorating by the hour. It seems one of the lost somehow passed their condition onto a family member who had not been a volunteer. I offered to assess and treat the poor woman, but I was met with nothing but anger and fury. Everyone seems to have forgotten that this effort is in pursuit of protection against a far greater evil. With a few...
I am at a loss for words, traveler. This emblem was a bond of brotherhood. It is a symbol of our commitment to the hunt. Well, this is grim, isn't it? Am I the only one left? No. Ruiz founded the White Skulls. He was a shadow hunter of unshakable resolve. He would not leave me like this. You have already risked so much. It pains me to ask for your aid again. For what it's worth, I know where to find him. At the site of his most grim demise, Karborg. It was there he sought to pass judgment over the crone herself, and paid for it with his life. Without hope, only horror remains. When you enter the town square, you'll know where to find him.
Let it be hereby known that the Shadow Hunters of Karberg are offering a reward for any...
I hope you had better luck than I, my friend. The legacy of the corpse crone seems to have claimed every town in this region. The only thing I've learned about Sir Britmar is that she departed from this area in some haste. You found the crone's grimoire. Quite an important clue. Filled with records of her vile conjurations, no doubt. But if it makes mention of Britmar, then I should very much like to study it further. Though the Bright Vigil never came this far east, it seems there were those who sought to hold the crone accountable for her crimes. I presume you saw the posters. These shadow hunters gathered in Karberg. Perhaps. I've just come from searching Britmar's home there. The crone's curse swept through Karberg like a hurricane. It appears the entire town fell lost in hours, and the curse still haunts the streets like a contagion. Very well. I should spend time studying this journal for clues to the crone's fate, and that of the brave and loyal Britmar. Learn what you can in Karberg, and then meet me on the town's outskirts. Light be with you, Warden.
I heard you were looking for me.
Yes. We won't allow you to profane this place with your foul...
Enough! I don't have time for your ignorance.
This is the sad fate of humankind on this island. All of us, everyone, doomed to lose their souls. That is why we fight.
This journal tells more lies than truths. I simply cannot believe Britmar would support this foul sorcery. What did you learn in Karberg? Did the hunters manage to apprehend the crone? She cursed an entire town. Such power rivals the magic of even Mirrodin himself. Perhaps that explains Britmar as well. Yes, surely the crone had ensorcelled my brave friend. That must be it. The only place that hasn't fallen lost in this dreadful swamp is the ramshackle settlement of Twillen. I should like to go there and inquire after Britmar. I cannot rest until I find an explanation for all this. If the journal is to be believed, the crone spent centuries studying the ancient ruins in the Fen. That is undoubtedly where she acquired her power. The last entry makes specific mention of the ruins at Vega Bridge. That makes sense. I hope you find answers. I hope we learn the crone ultimately faced justice for what she did. I will go on to Twillen and inquire about both Britmar and the crone. I'll await you there.
Am I truly all that remains? Ruiz and I had such plans. We intended to hunt terrors in the Shadowlands of Duravos. How cruel is fate, that I should live to see him become a monster like those we fought so hard to destroy. Time will tell, traveler. They found their final death, and yet I survive. I will never forget what you did today. I'll try to rebuild the White Skulls to carry on in their memory. Take care, friend.
Look at this beautiful basalt you've brought me! I wonder when the ancients sourced it from? Now, let's see about that aging. Wait, that can't be right. Well, this is puzzling. Judging by the level of erosion, sediment layers, and my chemical analysis, these stones could be several orders of magnitude older than I first guessed. It defies the imagination. I need another sample from a newer site to be certain. Master Ting Long once theorized that the bridge that spans the marshes was built in a more recent era. Could you bring me samples from South Vega Bridge for comparison?
Finally, a traveler along the road. I'm Dr. Leonie Roggeveen. My wife Nora and I, we work as a team. We're here to see what we could dig up in these ruins. To study. We're antiquarians, numismatists, scholars, you see. Likewise, I was wondering if you might be able to help me. You see, Nora and I like to play a little game to pass the time. She hides herself and leaves clues for me to find amongst these relics. Brain teasers and the like. Yes, but not how you imagine. I was looking for her latest clue at North Vega Bridge when something awoke the Guardians. I don't fight. Could you find the clue and bring it back to me? Check inside the coffers and chests.
I've translated the glyphs on the bridge, and it's clear this passage was once a major supply route. Just as with the obelisk, the bridge was protected by magical devices, strategically placed to ward away some danger, almost certainly the corruption. If I could find one of these
Well now, your timing's as fickle as the tides. It sure would have been nice if you'd shown up before I spent 6 hours trying this myself. This chest is locked by some puzzle, and that's really more your thing than mine. After you left Cardun, that alchemist suggested you might need help tracking down the crone and all. Of course, she also mentioned treasure in these ruins. And here we are, a bit of both if we can get this chest open. Did she? Well then, I'm willing to bet she was after whatever's in this chest. If you can figure the lock, we'll find something inside. Probably something worth some coin.
At last! I found one of the ancient devices on top of the bridge. And there is even...
So, did you find anything inside? I always fancied a crown for myself. One of those big jewel-studded affairs. Nothing but a mouldy piece of paper. Is that all? This swamp really is cursed. I suppose that's the kind of clue you were looking for, though, isn't it? Does it tell you where to search next? Well, Twillin isn't so much a town as a pile of wooden planks over the muck. But there's a tavern there, at least. I'd ask around. Someone in Twillin knows what became of the crone. I bet my boots on it.
You're back! And in one piece. Do you have the clue? It could be a coin, a note, an etching. Oh, give it here. The suspense is killing me. A coin. Oh, I just love solving her puzzles. Though it is markedly less stressful when she's not potentially hurt or in danger. All the same, let's see what the coin has to say.
Great, you're back. Let's take a look at these new samples you found. Oh, interesting. These are less weathered, but only just. Oh, fascinating.
The fact this rank stack of hovels stands as the last safe place in the fen is testament to the crone's evil legacy. Like Pennyfather, many here refuse to speak her name aloud, nor do they have word of Sir Britmar. Did she? Now that is encouraging, though it also disproves the theory my friend was ensorcelled. If Britmar abandoned the crone, she may have returned to Hinbroken in the southern marshes. I shall check there next. If Sir Britmar were with us, we would have not only the benefit of her knowledge, but of her patience and strategic thinking as well. Without her, we have only the terrified and distrustful people of Twillen. You should. Unfortunately, many people lost faith in the knights during the Wars of Crimson Madness. Your inquiries about the corpse crone may get more honest answers. Meantime, I'm off to Hinbroken.